Hey traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. Welcome to today's report. So as you'd be aware, today is the election day in the US, and it's been a little bit more market movement than first expected. So it's been pretty surprising. We're looking at the Australian dollar to the US dollar at the moment, and we can see that during the course of the day so far, we have seen a very wide range of 174 pips, which is nearly 2.5%, which is a very big move on the AUD to USD. And we're also seeing, we've seen a very wide swing on the euro, and we've seen, same story on the pound. So the US dollar really was under a bit of pressure, but got cracking with a few of the result releases in some of the states in the US. But at the moment, we've seen that sort of just turn into a bit of a stalemate in terms of the Forex movements, and you just have to keep an eye on it all day today. And if things come out that are going to rattle the markets, then we're going to see continued wide swings. I don't normally trade on election day, but a lot of people do. They like to take advantage of some of these really big moves. So regardless of what you're doing, just remember to be very careful with your risk, and just keep an eye on your positions, because it can be a lot of unexpected volatility due to results coming out. So we get on to the current standing of the election in a moment. We're just going to have a run around. So the data came out for the New Zealand dollar today. It was employment data out of New Zealand. So the employment rate came in at 5.3, and employment change came in at minus 0.8%, which is below expectations. But the the real driver has been really the election, some of the election results, and just finalising on the Aussie. We had a day off yesterday, but we did see a really incredible rally yesterday and into the starting point of today. That's after the RBA cut rates. So we saw a tremendous risk rally last night, and we can just see that bar there yesterday, and that was a 1.5% rally yesterday. So quite an interesting evening last night, especially since the RBA cut rates. But they might be hitting a point now where the market thinks that could be it, and if there's nothing more really dropped in the statements, then traders might be thinking it's a bit of a base right now, and they may not have much further to go. So once that comes in, then there's a bit more strength for the Aussie around the central bank's movements. But we're just going to keep ticking through a few markets now. Gold has had a bit of movement today, but as much as some of the currency pairs, so close to 2% move. And oil so far has been trading higher after that really strong fight back earlier in the week, which continued yesterday. So it's been a pretty solid turnaround since opening with that gap lower. We've seen around just under 12% added to price in 3 sessions, including today's partial session, which is quite a turnaround after what was looking like a very bearish picture at the end of last week. Now, just finally, just checking some of the stock indexes. We've seen moves, some pretty decent moves on the stock indexes as well, and again, they're looking like the FX pairs sort of in stalemates at the moment. So we saw a range of 2.67% on the German 30, and the US 30 was a little bit wider, and we've seen a move of around 2.5%, and on the Nasdaq we have seen a pretty straight run up, which is pulling back now, but so far today the range that we've seen on the NDX 100 has been 4%. So at the moment, from the looks of it, tech stocks are liking some of the results so far that have been coming out. Now, just finally, we're just going to touch on the election at the moment. Some are saying that we may not see a result today, which is pretty normal. There's still a lot of votes to be counted. At the moment, we're seeing Democratic leader Joe Biden on 223 and President Trump on 174. So there's been a bit of movement lately for President Trump, with gaining quite a few electoral votes while I've been doing this video. So that's a fair jump from Republican Party. Now, at the moment, the key battlegrounds are looking at Arizona, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. And right now, Biden is ahead in Arizona, and Trump is ahead in Wisconsin, and he's also ahead in Pennsylvania. So, a lot of focus will be on those three states. And from what I've been reading, they are pretty key in the end result. So, we will be watching with interest how this continues to develop tonight, and if we will see any surprises and how that's going to transfix into the markets in terms of movement. So just furthering on, just finally before we call it a day, we do have a little bit of news data coming out tonight at early Thursday morning at 2 a.m. and it's the ISM Services PMI coming out of the US. But I think between you and me, majority of people are going to be paying a fair bit of attention to the current election results. So that's it for today's report. Keep an eye on the ongoing election results as these states numbers come in, and keep an eye on your risk as well if you are trading, just in case we do see further volatile moves. And thanks for watching and listening, and we wish you the best of your trading for the rest of the session, and until tomorrow, bye for now.